Okay, so I'm going to show you a little bit about the pencil tool, which is N on your keyboard here. You can tap N and you'll have that pencil. I don't need my shapes. I'm going to close those out. I also want you to know that whatever layer you're on is going to have the selections and the anchors be the color here. So as you add layers, those selection colors change, right? So if I were to start to draw and you want to have stroke forward, you can have your color picker out here, or like a color guide is also fine. These can go side by side, which is nice, or up and down, and that could be smaller. So anyway, I'm going to start to draw. I'm on the pink layer 5 here, and I'm going to draw with the pencil, and what you're going to see are these little anchors. So one of the things that's going to happen is while this is active, if you were to start at one of the other anchor points, it's going to change the direction of your line. And that might really cause a problem, right? So what you want to do is just kind of select out of that, get back to your pencil, and then you could, add to that where you'd like. Okay, so same thing, while the anchors are there, it's going to change what's happening with that. So let's say you really like that and you want to even lock it. You can lock it just by tapping right beside the eyeball. What is the eyeball? It's just seeing it and not seeing it. So kind of covering it up, putting it back, right? The highlighted layer is the layer that you're on, okay? So let's see, this layer is gonna have blue anchors and selections, and it's gonna go underneath the other layer. And let's just kind of exaggerate that a little bit. See what I mean by it being underneath. So you definitely want to play in your artwork with layering, overlapping. All right. If you haven't started to mess with gradient yet, you could definitely do that. Okay, now I'm going to go on to layer 3. I'm not saying you need to switch layers. Oops, this was still active and I accidentally selected a new color with the eyedropper tool while this was selected. So what I want to do is kind of get selection, click away, and then get the tool that I want. Again, I actually really like that color. Please mess around with your stroke width profile, how things look from the different edges. And while it's selected, I can increase that stroke weight either with the arrows. There's a drop down. You can also mouse a number there. Okay. So that's quite a large path. Okay, keep in mind it's going to be only possible to move a path by the path itself. Okay, when I'm over here with my selector, it's not going to move or change. So you got to find the path with your mouse, and then the bounding box shows you that it's selected. And then you can further change it. Maybe I made a mistake and I want this path, this new blue one, to be underneath that pink one. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just drag until the line appears where I want it to go. Okay, so that's as simple as just clicking and dragging it. This is my active path, and I want it to go below the pink one. Now it's below everything. So it's a quick way to kind of just create some interest. You don't have to, oh, this one's locked, right? So if I wanted to get to the yellow one, I can just click around. I don't have to go over here. My mouse can click the different layers and it switches automatically. So I want to move this in. Okay, don't forget about rotating and all that. There's your opacity.